Good morning, students. Today we'll be continuing with Science 2, chapter number 7, Introduction to Microbiology. In the previous lecture, we learned about applications of microbiology in case of industries and the various products that can be used by using microbiology into food industry as well as medicines and etc. We'll be continuing with that. The first topic that we are learning today is microbial enzymes. Nowadays, instead of chemical catalyst, microbial enzymes are used in chemical industry. Now, we have learned what is a catalyst. A catalyst is a substance that increases the rate of reaction or decreases it, or maybe the time period is reduced, means it is something which is helpful in a rate of reaction. But most of the catalysts that we know are chemicals. When it is microorganisms are used, there are certain advantages over the chemicals. The first advantage is that these enzymes are active at low temperature. That means they work at low temperature. Even the pH as well as the pressure etc. can be reduced and they can be worked, due to which the energy is saved and erosion proof instruments are also not so very necessary. Enzymes carry out the specific processes, hence unnecessary byproducts are not formed, due to which expenses or purifications are minimized. That means, for example, if you're using a chemical catalyst, you may be landing up forming a lot of byproducts which has to be removed. But herein these enzymes are very specific for a particular purpose. So what happens is no unnecessary byproducts are created. So the expenses also reduces. In case of microbial enzymatic reactions, elimination and decomposition of waste material is avoided. You don't have to waste time on decomposition and elimination of things like that. And enzymes can be reused. Hence, such enzymes are eco-friendly because you are not just using and throwing it. It can be easily reused again and again. Some examples of microbial enzymes are oxidoreductase, transferases, hydrolysis, lysase, isomerase, etc. Processes of dirt removal occurs at low temperature too, due to mixing of enzyme with detergent. Normally we know in the olden days, if you have to want to remove certain stains and dirt etc. from the clothes, you have to soak it in hot water, warm water, scrub it, rub it. But nowadays the detergents that are coming in the market, they are already having certain kind of dirt removal enzymes, so you don't have to go through all those processes and immediately the dirt etc. can be removed. Glucose as well as fructose syrup can be obtained from corn flour. Instead of using chemicals, we can use corn flour to get this type of sugar syrups by the action of enzymes obtained from bacilli and streptomyces. Microbial enzymes are also used in various industries, like we saw the cheese formation, plant extract, textile, leather, paper, etc. That means, in short, wherever previously we were using chemicals or animal products, that means either it was organic or inorganic, today we are able to utilize microorganisms and get the same result out of it. This is a chart that shows organic acids used in various commercial products and microbes useful for the same. That means certain acids we know we use in various food, and we are nowadays producing them with the help of microorganism, and how we are producing them. This is a chart. We can see something that is used in our day to day. For example, we get an acid called L-glutamic acid from sugar, beetroot, molasses, etc., using a microorganism called Corynebacterium. And what are the use of this particular acid? Production of Ajinomoto. Then similarly we get citric acid, which we get from sugar, molasses, salt, etc. And the microorganism that is being used is Aspergillus niger. And what is the utility? Drinks, coffee, chocolate production, etc. Citric acid has various uses. Similarly, gluconic acid, we get it from glucose, corn syrup, etc. Here also we use a microorganism called as Aspergillus niger, and this gluconic acid is used in the production of minerals, used as supplement for calcium and iron. We take that calcium tablet, iron tablet, etc. So which can be utilized. Then similarly we get lactic acid from molasses, again from corn liquor, and here also we are using a microorganism called Lactobacillus delbrueckii, and the use of this particular is sources of nitrogen, production of vitamin. Similarly, Ethanolic acid, again we get from molasses, corn, etc. Aspergillus, itaconius, and the uses paper, textile industry, plastic industry, gum production, etc. So what we see is that we get a lot of useful acids also that can be created with the help of microorganism using food sources. We use a type of gum called as xanthan gum that gives the thickness to the ice creams, puddings, chocolates, milkshakes, chocolate drinks, even instant soups and etc. Similar to what we call as corn flour or cornstarch. It is obtained by the fermentation of starch and molasses with the help of a Xanthomonas species. It is variously useful due to the properties like solubility in hot and cold water. It quickly mixes. High density, that means immediately forms a thick solution. It is used for production of pigments, colors, fertilizers, weedicides, something that is used to kill the pest and weeds, textile pigmentation, toothpaste, etc. So that means there are a lot of uses that the microorganisms have in our day-to-day life that even we are not even aware of. If you look at the chart given below, that how are the substances that we are getting from microbial processing, how they are useful in different purposes. For example, citric acid, lactic acid, etc. They give acidity. Acidity means not acidity as in a disease. Acidity is it gives the acidic quality to food. Glutamic acid, tryptophan, etc. It helps in protein binding. The protein coagulates. Niacin and netamycin, microbial restrictor. Does not let microorganism to grow easily. Ascorbic acid, vitamin C, B12, B2, etc. They are vitamins as well as antioxidants. We have learned about oxidation process in rancidity. So these are some of the things that are antioxidants. Beta carotene, then lutein, lycopenes, etc. They are edible colors. The colors that we use in food, that in a sweet dish or something like that, when we prepare, we have those orange colors or maybe yellow colors and etc. They are also edible colors. Vanillin, then peppermint flavor, etc. They are the essence, food essence. When we make, say, something like a vanilla pudding or something, custard or something, we add essence, vanilla essence, rose water essence, etc. Xylitol, etc. Artificial sweetener, low calorie. In the olden days, what used to happen was everything was either from the animals or from the plants. Now obviously that there was a problem because animal products many people do not consume. Secondly, the resources are limited when it comes to plant products. So nowadays everything that we are utilizing, mostly everything that is, are of microbial origin. That means they are originating with the help of microorganism, utilizing the things that is available in nature. Everything, like for example, when you see ice cream colors or the flavors, or even the soap colors and flavors, we are utilizing all these things.